What up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I go by the name of DJ Odyssey. On today's video, I feel like breaking down this three-step track that I was busy making. It sounds dope. I feel like maybe it will help you out to come up with some three steps still, especially in the time where three step is more commercial now. You have people like Heavy K, Caesar, Dlala, Thukzin, who are making this thing sound very, very commercial right now. And I feel like this is the time. I know I made something that sounds commercial. So let's get into it and let me play you how it sounds like and then we break it down. I'm gonna start it somewhere around here. And let's play this. So I'm gonna leave it right there, and we're just gonna break it down beat by beat and get to play it at the end of the video with how it sounds like the whole of it. There's a little bit of some more things as you go, but let's just break it down straight from here. You have a kick, this kick, and it sounds like this. That's how it sounds. It's very simple, nothing hectic. I'm using Afro House Universe 4 for this sample pack. Make sure you get it. It just came out right now. All these drums I'm using, they come from the sample pack. And the next thing, I use the tom. I'll play you the tom, how it sounds alone as well. And then this is how it looks. So it was good for me to know that this will actually start the song up. And then as we go, the kick comes in and the song starts becoming more heavier and heavier. And so that's how it sounded. And I'll go to the next thing, which was a snare. So because I was listening to a lot of Dlala Thukzin and a lot of three-step that just came up, I realized that the snare has to be a little bit longer than usual, how we normally make Afro House. But the first one is not long. And from there, I added like a longer snare after this. And that snare sounds like this. And check out the velocity of this one so that you can see how it goes. It has some velocity changes in it. And then from there, with these drums together, you have something like this. And from there, you just put in some percussions, especially loops. So I added like a percussion loop, sounds like this. And then this one, a shaker loop. And together, you have something like this. Dope. So now you want to add in more things, so especially to your drums to make them sound a little bit harder. And I added a snare again, which goes like this. So it just comes in like that. You can hear it's also a little bit longer. And then you have this, and also we add in a hi-hat. A hi-hat sounds like this. Also long, So I've realized that we're using longer percussions, longer drums, longer, everything is a little bit longer this time. Also a simple shaker loop again, and another clap now. And I added a hit. With a hit, it comes every 4 bars. It looks like, let me just enter here. It looks like this. So on the 4th bar, that's where it comes in. And it sounds like this. And from there you have something like this. Very simple. These are the drums for me. I'll go with the bass line immediately. Normally I'll go to the other melodic stuff. Let me go to the bass, which is GMS. The one that you normally see me use, analog bass number 4, and it sounds like this. So you have to add the glide a little. And the next thing was to add in a cutoff. This filter is this filter here, this cutoff from the filter. I'm just increasing it as it goes, and then you'll hear how it keeps increasing. And that's proper. And then I added a bass guitar from Kepler, and then it sounds like this. So they help each other out. So I added kickstart for that sidechain fill. And then also what I did here was add in a log drum. This is how it looks. This is how it goes. You make sure that with the log drum, you add like a bass, like I added E flute from DXN, and it comes like this. It acts as a sub to the log drum, giving it some bass in it. I'll just go straight into the melodic stuff. The first thing was a pad from Nexus. It's called Saw Meets Sign, and it goes like this. And the whole concept is to put in the frequency cutoffs. You cut off the low frequencies and you also cut off the high frequencies so that it doesn't become too bright. And then inside the MIDI, like I normally do, the root note, the fifth, and another root note. You can just put the root note and the fifth, depending on how it sounds to you. You do what you feel like doing, man. It's your ear at the end of the day. And then I added Launch Lizard. With Launch Lizard, I play the chords. They sound like this. And also, I put in some EQ on Launch Lizard. I didn't want it to be bright as well, but I just had to cut off the high frequencies and the low frequencies so that the bass lines could shine. And I just used Launch Lizard's first preset there. I didn't do much to it. Also, I have an automation using the EQ like this one. And I just used create automation here, create automation clip from this. And it looks like this. And that's fresh. So now Keyscape, It's just the piano. It sounds like this. I use Cinematic, and I just copied the chords from Launch Lizard and put them inside Keyscape. And we go to Hive. And that's Hive. This is how the melody looks like. And then I had like a nice automation on it. It comes in like this. As you can tell, the automation is the same thing I did with Launch Lizard, where it's just an EQ. You cut off from the highs, and the highs come back into the song. And I added Nexus for another melody, which is a plug now. It's just UK packs, and it's do like this. It's as easy as that. And then also the same thing, bend number 7, bend 7, bend 7. I had an EQ on it, bend 7 to just do the highs in terms of automation. And also now we go to contact. I added some strings. These strings comes from the factory library and the orchestral strings. So cello sounds like this. They sound dope. Also, it's just a copy and paste of the MIDI. And then I added the band 7 as well, just for it to come in nicely into the song. And then right, we have the vocal, which I chopped from, it's a vocal that comes from my sample pack. I chopped it into this, into Fruity Slicer, and it sounds like this. And then I added Nexus. I needed a lead. It's Buzz Me, and it sounds like this. Also some EQ preset from this, like that. That's it on this. And then now I went into Flex, and I was looking for a lead as well, but to play the same melody that I played from Hive. Sounds like this. And it sounds like this on the song. All right, cool. From here, we move into just here. It was just the pad from Nexus. Again, it's called Synops. Nothing hectic to it. It's just a copy and paste of the first one, this one. And then we just play like this. And then there's also Purity here. It's just echo drops, like that. And then I feel like that's everything that I've added onto the song. I hope this was helpful in a way, you know. And I'm just gonna play it down for you so that you can hear how it sounds like together. And I'll see you guys on my next video. Peace. Don't forget to get the sample pack. It's out. It's Afro House Universe #4 by DJ Odyssey. The link is in the description. Peace, man.